Welcome to another video presented by Hearing Aid Solutions to help you get better use out of your hearing aids. Today's video is going to focus on how to clean your hearing aids. The first thing I would like to show you are the tools that are required for good maintenance at home. The things that you can do at home to clean your hearing aids. The tools most often used at home by a hearing aid user to keep their hearing aid clean are a lint-free or perhaps even microfiber cloth, a small brush, a wire loop or pick to be able to actually pick things out of the hearing aid like wax buildup and such, and what we term a vent cleaner, essentially a small wire rod or thread that can be used like a pipe cleaner to clean out the vent on a hearing aid, which we'll demonstrate in just a moment. Or many times your hearing specialist may have provided you an all-in-one tool that includes all three of these on the same tool. But either way, we'll take a look at these one by one. Let's take a look and see how these tools can be used on your hearing aids to keep your hearing aids functioning better and lasting longer for you. Let's take the hearing aids that are custom fit and that go inside your ear. On the faceplate of each of these hearing aids is where your microphone is located. That's where your brush comes in. In fact, that small brush can go over the entire faceplate of the hearing aid, regardless of the size. Now, the faceplate is the portion that faces the outside, or the portion that might be seen when the hearing aid is in your ear. So by taking the brush over the faceplate, you're not only keeping the microphone clear of debris, but perhaps even clearing any debris or anything that might have collected around the battery door or anything else on that surface of the hearing aid. Now, the little wire loop that we talked about is more used on the end that goes inside the ear. That's the area that more often than not is going to collect wax. And no matter how sophisticated hearing aids get, a hearing aid's biggest enemy is wax. And so trying to keep the wax out of there is going to be something that will, or keeping the wax out of there is going to make your hearing aid perform better and last longer. So often you'll find that either you'll have a clear tube that you can see on the end that goes down inside the ear, in which you can take the wire loop and just go in there and look for wax. If you see any, to take that wire loop and just scoop it out. And then of course wipe that off on a cloth. Now, sometimes in current hearing aids, we often find some type of wax guard on that end of the hearing aid, in which case you can still take the wire loop and go inside the wax guard if you see any wax, and that guard is really preventing the wax from getting down to the expensive parts. So it's okay for the wax guard to collect wax, you just don't want it to build up so much that it blocks the sound. So if you see wax in there, go in there and clean that wax out. If over the course of time you've cleaned that area and the hearing aid just does not seem to be performing properly, that wax guard itself may need replaced. In which case, either you can take the hearing aid to your hearing specialist, or you may be able to inquire about purchasing additional wax guards, and they're very easily replaced. The wax guard has a tip that allows you to go in and take the old wax guard out, and then on the other end, the replacement wax guard can be found. And you pop it right inside, and that way you've got a brand new wax guard, a clear sound, and you're now completely wax-free, and you should be able to go for some time. Now, the same is true on hearing aids that go behind the ear, or perhaps an open ear type fit that is non-custom. This time, because the microphones are in a different position, they fit on top of the ear, but you still want to make sure that that screen or screens that are covering the microphone stay clear, and you can do that by using, again, the brush. But this time, looking at the part that goes in the ear, we once again want to pay attention to either the tube on a custom fit ear mold and look for wax that might be building up in that tube, or on a non-custom earbud, we want to make sure that the earbud now is not collecting too much wax. Otherwise, that can not only be cleaned, but also perhaps replaced by your hearing specialist. Once again, we see in many cases there is a wax guard present that can be removed from time to time. With the lint-free or microfiber cloth, you can take your hearing aid of whatever size or type and dry off or wipe off the outside of the hearing aid. If it is behind the ear, you can wipe the outside off like that as well. It just allows to keep the hearing aid dry and clean. Most custom hearing aids will also include some form of a vent that runs from the portion of the hearing aid that goes deep inside the ear all the way through the shell of the instrument to the outside to allow the ear to feel more natural and breathe. That's where the vent cleaning tool comes in. Because what you want to do from time to time is take that vent cleaning tool, starting at the faceplate, and run it like a pipe cleaner all the way through, and it should come out to the other end. This is true regardless of the size of the hearing aid. You want to start at the end where the faceplate is, the outside, and run it through to the deepest portion of the hearing aid so that you can remove any wax that might be preventing airflow. So cleaning your hearing aid does not have to be complicated, but it should be done regularly. So I encourage everyone to take a look at their hearing aid every time they take it out. I'm always asked, how long should a hearing aid last? And my answer often is, that may depend on how well you take care of your hearing aid. So communicate regularly with your hearing specialist and do what you can to keep your hearing aid clean while you're at home too. Once again, we'd like to thank you for watching, and remember, at Hearing Aid Solutions, you'll always find honest answers, reliable service, and affordable prices.